Hey everyone, this is just can be an early morning chat for you if you're just waking up or about to go to sleep. Either way, it's still dark 30 outside. I normally get up and start my day pretty early, around 4 or 5 a.m. But I remember there was a time that I started my day just whenever I could. Coming from a narcissistic abusive relationship, your mind is totally fogged out. You probably feel like you're living in a fishbowl with your head underwater and the goldfish swimming around. You've probably asked yourself many, many questions for months, for weeks. What's wrong with him? I don't get it. I don't understand him. I love him so much. I do everything for him. I've shown him how much I love him. I never cheat. I'm always there whenever he needs me. And you find that that love is either not reciprocated or it's only reciprocated a short percentage of the time. In my case, it was only reciprocated about 41% of the time because 59% of the time, I think that's correct, 49, yep, he was angry or giving me the silent treatment or saying he was going over to his mom's house. Whew, it was a rough relationship. And, it's funny because we didn't start out like that. However, when I go back and look at everything that happened from the beginning, I was being manipulated and being set up for abuse in the very early stages of the relationship. I just didn't know. I was one of those people who, oh yeah, I got boundaries, I'm strong, but I was also one of those people that had a big heart and I just love people and I see the best. And that cost me, it could have cost me my life, literally, had I stayed, whether I would have succumbed to illnesses that would have been blamed on health and things or at his hands. Let me start by saying, do I think he's a killer? I have a lot of different thoughts, but I'll get into those on other videos. But this video right now is for the person that's hurting, can't sleep, that's taking melatonin, that's burning sage, that's got incense going, that's got a steamer on, that changed the light color. This is for the person who's looking at all types of law of attraction videos and tarot card reader videos and seeking advice from people who read mediums and psychics. This is for the person who's looking up every book trying to find that right cure for the pain that they are enduring. It is a pain that, honestly, unless you've had a child through natural childbirth, and so I hear, or been shot, which I have not been shot, that pain is up there on that scale. It's a real physical pain, and you're in a real physical place. Mentally, at this moment, you may feel like you're never going to get out of it. You may feel like you'll never stop loving him. You may feel like, how could he just leave me and go be with somebody else in a full out relationship as if I were nothing? That pain is real. What you're going through is real. And what I will say to you in this pain right now is be gentle with yourself. Yeah. Being gentle with yourself. If you still have to put on a face and get up and go to work and deal with the children every day, it's going to be tough. But when you find those places where you are by yourself, if you need to cry, honey, cry. If you need to cry in the shower so the shower water can mask your tears, you cry. If you need to cry when it's raining and snowing, you cry. Journal. Write down what you've been through. Even if you write down the same thing over and over, get it out of your system. Create your own videos. I know that creating videos and journaling, you will be able to look back on your healing journey and see how far you've come. You may even return to him. That's quite possible. You know that you know what to expect. You know what he's going to do. He hasn't changed. He has a pattern. If you feel like or if you're wondering, was my relationship bad? Yes, it was as bad as you thought it was when you were in it. Absolutely. If you go back, you're just going to be disrespected. You'll be love bombed even for a shorter period of time. And you'll be treated the same, but worse. Why would you be treated worse? Because he won't have any respect for you for going back. He'll look at you as weak. So, this is a broken individual. This is a person who is totally disconnected from their emotions. And as painful as it is right now, they don't love you. They don't love themselves. They will put on airs. They are going to do all types of things to try to make you hurt. But right now, in this pain, this dark, dark pain that you're feeling, be gentle with yourself. Leave alcohol alone. Stay away from alcohol and those other substances that subdue the pain. The sooner you allow the pain to flow and you deal with it, the sooner this hurt will be over. You are in a withdrawal state, and you getting off of the addiction of your abusive narcissistic partner is no different than a heroin addict getting off drugs cold turkey. There is no magic pill for this pain to stop. I will say, one day you're going to look up and it's going to just stop, but it's going to take some steps. But right now, this pain is great. I can tell you now, here are some things you can do to eliminate that pain. Number one, breathe. Find you, if you are into essential oils or if you've never tried them, and if you're not allergic, find you some lavender oils. And I would get a steamer, like those little things that turn the water into steam, and pour the lavender in the steam and let it run through the night. That's going to calm your nerves. It's going to calm the adrenaline fatigue that you're probably experiencing. And when you wake up, you change the water out and add some lemon drops. That's going to help revitalize you internally, lift your spirits. Take as many deep breaths as you need. If you got the app on your phone, use a breathing app, use meditation, whatever you do, inhale, exhale. Inhale positive love and light and peace and your desires. And every time you exhale, just exhale the toxins. The next thing, or the third thing that you can do, is journal. You have two journals. One, journal what you went through, because it's real. You have to self-validate. Two, journal how you would like to see things in your life going forward. I can tell you now, during this period, I still wanted him. I was going to tarot card readers. I was having people read my cards. I was looking at my horoscope. I was calling on my friends. I was trying to do witchcraft and cast spells, burning sage, making up my own thing. But the only thing that got me through was knowing what God had for me was for me, and it wasn't going to pass me by. But during that time, it was hard to hear from God. It was hard for me. I'm not saying it isn't for you. My faith was always solid. I felt abandoned. So during this time when you're feeling abandoned, just be aware that you're in a very weak state. And this is where a lot of different things can infiltrate, because those portals have been opened by this narcissist and the abuse you suffered. You are wide open and easily susceptible to things that you probably would normally not fall for. That's why I said stay away from alcohol and substance abuse. The next thing, food. Instead of comforting yourself with food, hit that gym and get your shape back. Make that appointment. Make the gym your man. It's going to be hard. I cried many days at the gym. Right in the middle of a set or a superset, I would be triggered and I would just cry. I would go outside, cry, go back in and finish my set. Best thing I could have ever done. Within the first 3-4 months, I lost 60 pounds. I've kept it off, but I cried almost every day for months. For over 228 days, I cried. And sometimes it was a hard cry, which leads me to my next to do, cry. I didn't let people shun me for crying. Sometimes I would be standing in the middle of a coffee shop crying. I could be walking down the department store crying, driving down the street, just start crying. Sometimes I'd be having a fine or okay day, wasn't thinking about too much, just start crying. You're being triggered when that happens, whether it's your subconscious or a smell or a sound. When you feel yourself being triggered, and triggered meaning those things that make you ruminate or reminisce about the narcissist and make you feel like you made the wrong decision. When you feel that way, change the channel on your thoughts. Change the channel on the radio, on the TV, the conversation, the book, the location. This is a good time to develop a whole new routine in your life. So while you're up right now, wondering what he's doing and who he's with, can't get over the pain is great. Whether you've been with him 3 months, 3 years, 30 years, change your routine. Change your routine. Change the way you drive to work. Change the time of day you get up. If you have a house and you can't just move, change your house up. Move the furniture around. If you can move and be as fortunate as I was or have the ability, I moved out of state. I put my things in storage, closed up my beauty bars, and I moved out of state. I sure did. It was tough, but it was easier on the triggers because I wasn't being reminded just driving down the street. But I still had certain triggers, like when I went to certain stores, like a Starbucks or something like that, because Starbucks is everywhere. As you're going through this, you're going to want to sleep a lot. When you can sleep, just sleep. Just sleep. Your body has been fighting 2 battles. Do I run and fight or leave? Or do I have sex with him and calm him down and be intimate with him? That's a lot. Your dopamine and your cortisol are both on 10, non-stop on level 10. You either have experienced significant weight gain or significant weight loss. You have probably aged horribly. And I'm going to say this with confidence. You have aged horribly. If you are with a narcissistic, abusive partner, go look at your pictures before him and look at your pictures now. You don't look the same. You don't act the same. None of that. You might still be cute and dress up, but if you look at the context of your face, it's changed. They are energy vampires and they drain you. Get that sleep. Sleep helps to burn off adrenaline fatigue. And let me circle back to the gym. When you go to the gym, do what you can and don't overdo it. Now, if you're already fit, that's fine. But if you are not in shape, haven't been to a gym, just walk. You don't want to overtax the nervous system. You want to calm the nervous system down. Going back to what I said about sleeping, to calm down the adrenaline fatigue. And it'll also help repair your brain. It helps repair your memory. You have been in a psychological warfare with a psychological terrorist. What you have been through is real. And hey, if you're listening to this and you're one of those people saying, well, if it was me, blah, 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 I'm not talking to you. If you've never been through a narcissistic abusive relationship, you're not going to relate to nothing I'm saying. You're going to have all of these if it was me's. Keep them. We don't need them. And we don't care. I was going to say something else. But when you've been abused by this type of mentally disordered person, you will know. And once you see it, you'll never be able to unsee it. You are going to be changed, and you have been forever changed. But in these dark hours, these dark 30 moments, whether it's 5:30 a.m. or 9:30 p.m. or 3 a.m., And 3 a.m. knows all of our secrets. Regardless, when you're in those dark, dirty moments, or even in those moments where you don't want to pull the curtains back. I used to be like that. Just, Lord, let me sleep. I would subdue myself with alcohol and melatonin. I would work out until I was in muscle fatigue just so I can go straight to sleep and not think. When you find yourself in those spaces, meditate and pray. If you got to burn some candles and watch the light flicker, burn some candles. If getting the essential oils and scenting up your room helps calm your nerves, do it. Stay away from all types of things that trigger you, from shows about cheating, shows about killing people, evil shows, shows about murder, fighting, disagreement. Stay away from that. I encourage you to watch all comedy shows. Find some new shows. Some new shows if you need that. This is the time to reinvent yourself. All of the things that you gave up being with this person, it's time to put it back on your planner and make it happen. During this time, lastly, don't make any harsh and, long-term decisions like buying a car, buying a house. Moving makes sense whether it's temporary or not. Moving makes sense if you can do it. So, I encourage you to just be gentle with yourself today. One of the taglines that I learned to put in my life: girl, be gentle with yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up about goals and dreams missed, because they're not missed. Apparently, those goals and dreams had to be on pause so you can get this, so that when you do accomplish those goals and dreams, you'll know why you had to go through this. Nothing with God is wasted. Whether you believe in Allah, Yahweh, God, the omnipotent, the universe, there's only one God, whatever you call him. Nothing with God is wasted. Absolutely nothing. In the next video, or soon after, somewhere in here, we're going to talk about karma. We're going to talk about how to heal and be fit, how to be badass fit. That's the goal, to be badass fit physically and mentally. But right now, where you are, be gentle with yourself. Replay this if you need to. Add this to your weaponry. Add this to your healing repertoire and armoire. Add this to your playlist. Everyone who's come through a narcissistic, abusive relationship and who didn't go back that final time, who got out, everyone who did the self-work, you're going to hear a lot about inner work and self-work. Everyone who did that self-work came through this. There are absolutely no shortcuts, no magic pills to take. If you're feeling like you want to kill yourself, hold on, sis. He's not worth it. He's not going to care. You'll just be gone. That pain will go away. It will go away. Until next time, see ya.